congratulations on the brand new single. We've been playing it on our show and been getting great feedback about it, so congratulations.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much.
So tell us a little bit about this track. Tell us a little bit about what it's about and how this track came into being.
So a little bit of backstory to the song. It was written on a writing holiday. So a bunch of musicians from around Sydney went down to Copacabana. I think it's down. It's South Coast, right?
Yep.
I think it's South Coast, yeah. And so this song came into being there, conceived by a couple of us, and it was sort of a coming of identity anthem for me, because it was this trip away where I really started to find what kind of sound I wanted to make, and sort of who I was sonically. So it's about that kind of power, but also not being afraid to ask for help if it's going to be of use. And so it's a combination of like the powerful of I can do this by myself, this is who I am, this is what I want to be, but also powerful in acknowledging that I can seek help if I want to.
Was there something about that trip that helped you discover the sound that you wanted?
I think it was just a really good place to be at a really good time for me, where I was in a headspace where everything was starting to sort of come together for me a little bit, and then having all of those people around and all those influences, and that supportive environment musically, I think it was just a really beautiful melding pot for that, for me.
So did you find it really easy to write while you were away as well? Because a couple of years ago, as a screenwriter, I went away on a writer's retreat, and the entire time I was there, I had writer's block. And so how did you find that experience of going away and being able to sit down and work with others?
Again, I think I was really lucky that I was in a good place at that time, because it was so easy for me, which I was worried that I was going to have something similar to that happen. I was worried that I was going to get there and that was going to be it. It was going to be that 1 week a year where I get the worst writer's block ever. But no, it ended up just flowing so freely. I felt like I had the space to express myself freely, but also the support to do so, and being surrounded by all sorts of like new stimuli and influences, I think was really good for that as well. It was a good facilitator for it.
Definitely. And then what was it like coming back and recording it? Tell us a little bit about that recording process.
Well, we recorded most of it down there, so we had a couple of producers with us, so its original version was recorded there. We had a lot of guitarists, bassists, everyone's got their instrument that they play, so got a lot of people from the writing holiday on the track in its original version, and then started listening to a little bit too much Bring Me the Horizon, and decided it could go a little bit heavier than this sort of like little poppy tune, which is where it first started. And so at the time I was dating someone who played the 8-string guitar, and I was like, hells yeah, we're going to do that. And so that's where the 8-string guitar came into it. And then, the Bring Me influence of wanting to put in a little bit of electronic tunes into it as well. So that all got mishmashed together with Tim Carr after probably a few months after coming back, after listening to it a few times and thinking about like my sound and how that fits with what I listen to. Most of it was done there. Yeah.
Was this the only track that you put together on that trip, or were you able to work on a number of tracks?
I was able to assist in other tracks for other people, so I'm going to have a credit on a couple that are hopefully coming out soon, but I did get one more out of it as well, which will hopefully be coming out soon.
Awesome. So that was actually my next question. Your debut single, Avocado Toast, was well received by our listeners as well, and so is this track. So has that kind of inspired you now to work on something bigger? Would you like to do an EP or an album?
Yeah, man, hugely inspiring. I've hopefully got an EP coming before the end of the year, but I don't want to throw out any dates yet because I know I'll be held to that. But hopefully before the end of the year there's going to be an EP coming, and then July, ideally, is the next single as well.
Now, you also, of course, had the launch on May 28th. How did that feel being able to get back out and do shows again after what the last couple of years have served up?
Oh, it was amazing. It was, there's no words to describe the feeling when the audience is just so engaged and so with you and singing along. I have this one song in the set where it's really important that we get audience participation, and there was not a single person in that room not singing to that song, and it was just mad. It was incredible. Really, really good.
So, are you hoping to do other shows now for the remainder of this year, and will you look even to try and to go interstate as well?
I would adore that. That would be fantastic. At the moment, we've just got one more lined up as a full band, and hopefully can snag myself some slots with some other lineups in the next little bit. But yeah, really sparked something in me of the love for being on stage is definitely back, 100%.
Now, I was reading through the lyrics before for the track, and they are so deep. Are you prepared for people who may listen to this track to reach out to you and say, that's how I've felt at times in my life and things like that?
Absolutely. If people want to hit me up through like Instagram DMs, I like live on socials at the moment. So yeah, no, absolutely. I'd love to hear what people have to say.
Awesome. Well, I think we are going to play the track again on our show right now. So is there anything you would like to say to all of our listeners out there before they take another listen to kindly step aside?
Don't let anyone tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. It's okay to want people there with you, and it's okay to ask them to support you. But at the end of the day, it's all about you, what you want to do, where you want to go. So don't let anyone hold you back.